And welcome to today's video. Sebastian Michael Cruz here. And today we're tackling a pretty light topic, and that is the topic of your purpose. What's the point of all of this? I know, very light stuff. However, I'm going to share a diagram that I believe communicates very clearly and answers a lot of questions. Because if you're going through a tough time right now and you're thinking, what's the point of this? What's the point of my life? What's the point of these struggles that I'm going through? What's the point of these challenges? If you're in a scenario like that, or if you've ever been in a scenario like that, then this is a diagram that helps give some answers to that. So I'm going to pull up a diagram right here. Grab my pen here. Okay, so this is the path of your life's work. And this has been called many different things, your purpose, your, and other videos saying your reason for living. And what happens is, like, you can imagine that we're not actually creating anything new here. And I'm just going to share a school of thought with you. And if it works for you, treat it like a buffet. If it works for you, take it. If it doesn't, just leave it there. And I'll preface that by saying that the way of thinking that modern society is in is that we're all alone, that we're not connected to anything, and that we're in this dog-eat-dog-eat world, that we got to just get enough. We got to take enough to hopefully have enough and then protect that stuff that we have so we can hopefully be safe and secure. That's the underlying psychology of modern life. And this other model that I'll share with you is a different way of approaching life, and see if it works for you. So imagine that this golden line, now turning to blue, is the path of your life's work. That's, as you go through your life, you're getting the experiences, the challenges, the knowledge that can form together to bring you to a point where you're able to just do what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do the things that you're most passionate about, the cause that that's most dear to your heart. You're supposed to fucking do what every cell of your body was made to do. And as we go on this path, though, what happens is that oftentimes we start diverging. And this is where we start making decisions purely based on the mind and not based on the intuition of the fuel that's in our chest. People call it the heart. People call it the fuel that's guiding us to our life's work. And when that's not integrated, the mind can take us off in these different areas. And this is where we're forcing things. And just like it says there, it's temporary gains. It's a taking experience of trying to take from each other, as opposed to following your own path of shining your own light. And it can very much feel like going against the grain of life and is forcing things forward. Oftentimes in business, that manifests as just doing things for the money, but not doing what's really important to you. So usually, I mean, like as I shared in my videos, most people don't follow the signs to follow the fuel of their life's work. They keep going down this red path. And like for myself, this was a path where I was completely disconnected to anything down here. I didn't even know there was different fuel. I just knew that all there was my mental capacity. I didn't know that there was an intelligence here. And so I was going in a totally different direction, and being very stubborn and being very committed was going in a different direction. Typically what happens is people have things that shake them in their life. And the more they don't listen, the bigger the shaking becomes. And that's an opportunity to change directions. And this is where people have the questions. Why is this happening to me? What did I do to deserve this? Or maybe this is all I deserve. This is what I'm going to be the rest of my life. When in reality, it's this opportunity to start following the path of your life's work. And as you start following the fuel in here, you start realizing where you're feeling pulled to go towards. Then it starts putting you back on this path. And as time goes on and you start learning how to follow that fuel more and more and more, It doesn't just happen overnight, but as a person does that, then they start getting more in sync with the path of their life's work. And this is what some people call alignment. It's where mind, body, and spirit are all unified, going towards the same place. And it's a very powerful thing. The most powerful people that have created history in this world, that's what they exhibited. That's what they were. That's what they became, is where unified alignment in their power speaks to this day. And so the practical application of that is that's feeling in flow. And I like, it can kind of sound soft, but it's like when you're in the zone, you know, it's like when athletes are in the zone and they have that mind, body, spirit connection that merges towards one goal. What happens? They do incredible things and it feels effortless. I'm not saying you don't got to work, but when you're in that peak zone performance, that's what happens. And you know that, and I know that. And so really this is like getting in the zone for life. And it's not something that, you know, it's something that takes practice. It takes a different way of learning what that fuel is for yourself. And ultimately, as we go more and more on this path, things start lining up. New allies, timely opportunities, long-term real power flows through. And so as you're going through this in your life, and if you're thinking these things, as I shared in the video, why does this happen to you? This is what you've got. Each of us has our own path for our life's work. And when I work with people and I see their own psychology profiles that I run for them, I see the song of their life. I see the beautiful poetry of all these different experiences that they had in childhood and adulthood that's preparing them to follow this path. And it's as different for each person as there is fingerprints for each person. So keep this in mind, and wherever you are on this, follow that and connect, get into the lane of your path, of your life's work. And that's it for today. Sebastian Mike Cruz. See you soon.